Testing, testing, testing. All right, we're recording. All right, subpart F. Subpart F. Bulk packaging has material other than class one, class seven. All right, 173-240. Bulk packaging with a certain low hazard solid material of 172-111 subchapter. Specify the hazard material will be packed with done in this section only with the following bulk packaging with the authorized subject of one subpart A and B with the part 173 of the subpart. Chapter provisions, special provision with the specified with the column 7 of the 172, 101 table of the rail cars class dot 103, 104, 105, 109, 111, 112, 114, 115, 120 tanker car tanks, class 106, 110 multi-unit tank, the tanker car tank of the tail, car tanks metal dot non-dot specifications site proof tank car tank site proof enclosed card motor vehicle specification MC 300, 301, 302, 303, 304, 305, 306, 307, 310, 311, and 312, and 330, 331, dot 406, 407, and 412. Cargo tank motor vehicle with the dot specification site proof with the cargo tank motor vehicle with the site proof closed tank vehicles portable tank closed bulk bin with the dot 51, 56, 57, 60 portable tanks IMO type 1, 2, and 5 IM 101, 102 portable tanks support UN portable tank with a marine portable tanks conform with Title 49, 46 CFR Part 64 site proof of the non-dot specification portable tanks enclosed bulk bins and are authorized international bulk containers. International bulk containers are authorized subject to condition limitations of the section provided by the international bulk containers type of the authorized according with the international bulk containers code with the specified and specification has material column 7 with the 172-101 table with the subchapter of the international bulk containers conform with the one subpart O with the part 178 the subchapter packaging group performance level specified in columns 5 of the 172-101 table with the subchapter material the being with the transported international bulk container may not be used with the following hazard material packaging group 1 liquid packaging group 1 liquid that may become liquid during transportation type of the following international bulk container may not be used with the packaging group 2 or 3 solids that may become liquid during transportation. All right, wooden fiberglass composites large packaging groups are authorized subject to the condition limitations section provided with the large paragraph packaging authorized in accordance with the international bulk containers packaging code specified with the specific hazardous material in column 7 of the 170 table the 172 with 101 with the subchapter large packaging conform with the one subpart Q with the 178 the subchapter of the packaging group performance is specified and in column 5 of the 172-101 table of the material being transported specifically authorized in subchapter large packaging may not be with the package 1 group the package 2 has with the large packaging with the paper fiberboard inner respectively and the use of those over the mid liquid. So maybe the liquid transportation but flexible bulk containers are authorized subject to the condition limitation section provided for the use of the flexible bulk container authorized inclusion from the bulk code with the B120 column 7 of the 172-101 has been material table subchapter flexible bulk containers conform with the ones subpart F7 as subpart 128 the subchapter flexible bulk containers may not be used the packaging group 1 and 2 that hazard material. All right. Part 173, 241 bulk packaging with the low hazard liquid left solid material. 172, 101 subject to the hazard material pack with the selection section. Only the following bulk can packaging for the authorized subject with the requirements of subpart A and B with the part 173 with the subchapter of the special vision specification with the columns up with the 172, 101, rail cover the top 103, 104, 105, 109, 111, 112, 114, 115, 117, 120 tank with the cars, class 106 with 110 the multiple unit tank with the car of the AR class 203W, 206W with the 211 the tanker car tank with the additional operation requirements apply with the high hats with the flammable train with the 171.8 of the subchapter prescribed in 174.310 with the subchapter except for the otherwise provided the section specification 111 tanker cars. That specification 111 tank of the cars built with the CPC 1232 with the industrial are in no longer authorized with the transport class 3 liquid packaging the group of the 3 unless retrofitted with the data specification 11 and 17 1 and 17 are with the retrofitted standard data specification 11 and 17 P performance standard with the provided with the part 179 subpart D with the subchapter data specification 111 the tanker cars data specification 111 the tanker cars built with the CPC 1232 industrial no longer authorized transport with class 3 flammable liquids until the retrofitted with the prior to the day of the following table. 2 conforming retrofitted tank of the cars is marked with the data 111 117 R with the performance standard with the data 111 117P with the cargo tank with the data specification MC 300 301 302 304 304 304 305 36 310 311 312 330 331 dot 406 6407 and .412 cargo tanker motor vehicle with dot specification cargo tanker cars must be suited with the transport liquids, portable tanks, and the dot specification 51, 56, 57, and 60 of the portable tanks IMO type 1, 2, and 5 of the IM 101, 102 portable tank for the UN portable tank marine portable tanks conformance with Title 46 Part 64 non-dot specification portable tank suitable transport liquid and authorized with the transportation vessel is also C. 176 340 with the subchapter for the transportation bottle liquid is vessel for the additional requirements are specified on 176 340 with the subchapter for the international bulk container type authorized subject. Additional limitation in the section provided by the international bulk container type of the authorized for the corner of the international bulk container packaging scope is specified in the specific as material columns of the 172.7 and 101 table of subject. Chapter the international bulk containers conformance with subpart over this part 178 with the subchapter of the packaging group of the performance levels specified in column 5 of the 172.101 table of materials being transported. International bulk containers not used the following hazard material packaging 1 group, liquids packaging 1 group, solids for the may be liquid during transport. International bulk containers not used the packaging group 2, 3, solids may be liquid during transportation. Wooden and flexible composite packaging, large packages authorized subject with addition and limitation of the section provided with large packaging. Authorized in accordance with IBC packaging specified and specified hazard material columns of the 172.101 table of subchapter large packaging conformance with one subpart Q of the part 178 subchapter packaging conformance group performance level as specified in column 5 of the 172.101 table for material being transported except for the specifically authorized subchapter large packaging that may not use the packaging group with if they have the material large packaging with the paper the fiberboard interest may not be used as solid to become liquid in the transportation. 173 242 for the bulk packs for the term of the medium and has the liquids and solids including solids. You will have the 172 101 subchapter for the head material for the pack for the under this section only the following bulk package the authorized subject requirements of the subpart A and B with the part 173 with the chapter the special provision special column 7172 101 rail cars of the dot 103 104 105 109 111 112 with the 114 115 117 120 tank with the cars 1 Class 107 and 106 110 with a multiple unit tank over the AAR Class 206 with the W with the tank of the car. Additional operational requirements apply with a high head, the flammable train. And 171 of the subchapter described in 174 310 with the subchapter except for the otherwise provided in the subsection dot specification 111 the tanker car dot 1 specification 111 the tanker car bill. CBC 1232 with the industrial standard no longer authorized to transport unified petroleum product ethanol with the other Class 3 flammable liquids and packaging group of 2 with the 3 unless retrofitted with the dot specification 111 it's 117R with the retrofitted with the same dot specification 117P performance standard with the part 179 subpart D with this strap for the dot specification 111 the tanker cars the dot specification 111 tanker cars built in the CPC 1232 the industrial standard no longer authorized for the transport Class 3 flammable liquids unless retrofitted prior to the date corresponding to the specific material in the following table. Conform with the retrofitted with the tank of the cars made to be with the dot 117R. Conform with the performance of the tank of the cars dot with the 117P with the cargo tank specification 300, 301, 302, 303 with 304, 305, 306, 307, 310, 311, 312 with the 330 with the 331 with the dot 4647 412 cargo tank motor vehicle with the down dot specification cargo tank with the motor vehicle with the complying with the 173 5A with the cargo tank sheet with the transport Class 3 of the packaging group 1 and 2 with the packaging group 3 with the flashpoint with less than 100 degrees Fahrenheit class of the packaging group with the 1 and the 2 with the Class 8 packaging group 1 and 2 materials must conform to the following special requirements of the pressure relief system except for the provide 173 333 33 with the D with the cargo tank with the muscle with the pressure relief with the system meeting with the requirements of 178 346 3 and 347 4 with the subchapter with the pressure relief device of the MC 310 311 312 with cargo tank meet with the requirements of the specification MC 307 tank car except for the Class 8 with the packaging group 1 and 2 with the pressure relief device of the MC 330 331 cargo tanks must meet the requirements of 178 337 and with the subchapter bottoms outlet with the dot 406 407 and 4.412 must be equipped with the step of the valve to meet with the requirements of 178 345 11 the subchapter MC 304, 307, 3010, 311, and 3012 of the cargo tank must be equipped with the valve of the cable to remotely closed within 30 seconds of the actuation manual mechanic means of the AM except for the Class 8 with the packaging group 1 and 2 or closure activated with the temperature not exceeding 250 degrees Fahrenheit with the 330, 331 cargo tanks must be equipped with the internal self-closing stop valves meeting the requirements of 178, 337, and 11 of the subchapter. Portable tanks dot specification 51, 56, 57 the portable tanks 60 and 60 specification IM 101, 102 the UN portable tanks when the T code is specified in columns up within the 172, 101 hazard material the specified hazard material for the marine portable tank is forming with the title 46 CFR part authorized the DAS specification 57, the portable tank with the transport with the vessel with the class 3 packaging group 2, the materials must conform with the following minimum design pressure. Each of the tank must have the minimum design pressure of 690 psi gauge. The pressure relief device, each tank must be equipped with at least one pressure relief device, even the spring lobe, the valve with a fusible plug with the conforming with the following. Each pressure relief device must be communicated with the vapor spray of the tank with is normally transported and actuated with a short valve that may not be installed before the tank and opening in any pressure relief device. The pressure relief device must be mounted and shielded drain to prevent the accumulation of any of the material that could impair the operation of the discharge capable of the device. Flammable devices are not authorized, and no pressure relief device may be operated with the IP fusible device. Even the relief pressure of the device must be a minimum layer of 1.1 quarter of the square inch of the device must function with a temperature between 220 degrees, 300 to 300 degrees. At the pressure less than design test pressure of the tank with the later function accomplished with a separate device. No loop test may be used with the release of the flammable vapors under the normal condition transportation temperature and up to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. End of venting capacity of the minimum of the vent with the capacity pressure activated with a 600 cubic feet with the free with the air per hour at the no more than 5 psi total emergency venting with the capacity of each of the portable tank must be at least determined of the following table. Let's provide with by paragraph 170, 320, 32H3 with the IM 102 with the UN portable tank with the bottom outlet. The U with the transport liquid hazardous material with the class 3 PG1, PG2, PG3 with flash point left than 100 degrees Fahrenheit, division 5, 1 PG1, PG2, division 6, 1 PG1, PG2 must be internal valve with closing, forming with 178, 275 of the D3 with a subchapter. International bulk container are authorized subject to the additional limitation of the section provided with the international bulk container type of the authorized according with the international bulk container packaging code specified with the specific hazard material of the column 7 and 172 101 table of the subchapter of the international bulk container conform with the requirements of subpart over the part 178 subchapter of the packaging group performs the level specified with the column 5 of the 172 101 table. The subchapter material that being transported with the international bulk container may not be used. The following has material packaging group 1 liquid, the packaging group 1 solids, but it may be liquid during transportation found with the international bulk container may not be used. The packaging group 2 or 3 of the may be liquid during transportation, wooden and fiberboard. Flexible composite with large packaging with large packaging authorized subject with additional limitation in this section provided with the large packaging authorized accordingly. The international bulk packaging comes specified with the specified has material with the column 7 of the 172 101 table of the subchapter of the large packaging. Form of the one subpart cube of the part of the 178 with the subchapter of the packaging group performance level of specified in column 5 of the 172 101 table of the material being transported. Something specifically authorized in subchapter large packaging that may be used with the packaging group of the 1 and 2 has material large packaging with the paper, the fiber board, and receptacles may not be used with a solid that may be liquid in transportation. 173, 243 with a bulk packaging certain with the hazard high hazard liquid during the hazard of the material with the over the moderate hazard with the 172 101 the subchapter of the specified the hazard material being packed with the under the section only for the following bulk packages. Otherwise subject to the requirements of the subpart A and B with the part 173 with the subchapter of the special provision specifically in column 7 of the 172 101 table. Rear cars class dot 103, 104, 105, 109, 111, and 112. The 114, 115, 117, 120 will fuse and well with the tank cars. Class 106, 110 with a multiple unit tank of the car with the tank of additional operation requirements applying with a high hazard of the flammable train. C171, 8 with the subchapter described 174, 310 with the subchapter except for the otherwise provided with the exemption in the section of the dot of specification 111 tank cars dot 111 tank cars built with the CPC 1232 industrial standard and no longer authorized to transport class 3 flammable liquids in a packaging group 1 unless retrofitted with dot specification 117 are retrofitted standard the dot specification 117P performance standard provided by the part 179 part subpart D with the specification dot 111 tank of the dot specification 111 tank cars built with CPC 1232 with the industrial standard no longer authorized to transport class 3 flammable liquids unless retrofitted prior to the date for the corresponding specific material following table. Conform with a retrofitted tank with it must be to be marked with the dot 117R with the conform with the performance standard with the tank with the cars dot with 11117P. Car tank specification MC 304 307 3830 with the 331 car tank of the motor vehicle with the 310 311 and 312 with the 407 and 412 with the car tank of the motor vehicle with the tank design pressure at least 25 psi gauge with the car tank of the transport with the class 3 division 6-1 material with the class A with the packaging group 1 and 2 material conform with the following special requirements of pressure relief device except for the 173-33D with each of the cargo tank must be equipped with the pressure relief with the system meeting with the requirements of 178, 343 with the 347 and 4 with the subchapter. However, the pressure relief device for the MC 310 with the 311 and 312 with the cargo tank must meet with the requirements of the specification MC 307 the tank with the cars except for the class 8 with the packaging group 1 and 2 with the pressure relief device. The MC 330, 331 cargo tank must meet with the requirements of 178, 337. 9 of the subchapter bottom outlet with the dot 407 and 412 of the cargo tank must be equipped with the stop valve with the meet with the requirements of 178, 340 11 in subchapter MC 304, 307, 310, 311, 312 of the code hanging must be equipped with a stop valve capable of being remotely closed within 30 seconds of the actuation manual mechanically means the ACE except for the pass 8 of the packaging group 1 and 2 closure activated with the temperature not over 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The MC 330, 331 card hang must be equipped with internal self-closing stop valve of the meeting requirements 178, 333, 337, 11 in the subchapter portable tank dot specification 160 with the portable tank, the unportable tank with the IM 101, 102, the portable tank with the T code specified with the column 7, the 172, 101. Table of the subchapter specifically has a material marine portable tank with the conform with the title 40. CFR Part 64 design pressure release 20 PSI gauge and lift that provided 173.32 with the H3 with the IM 101, 102 with the portable tank with the bottom outlet used to transport liquid hazardous material for class 3 PG, PG1, PG2, PG3 with flash point left in 100 degrees Fahrenheit division 5, 1 PG1, PG2, division 6, 1 PG1, PG2 have the internal valves conforming to 178, 275 D3 with the subchapter international bulk container authorized subject to the additional limitation of the section provided with the international bulk container the authorized according to the international bulk packaging code specified with the specific hazardous material column of the 172-101 table of the subchapter of the international bulk container conform with the quantity subpart over the part 178 subchapter of the packaging group with the performance level specified in column 5 of the 172-101 table of the subchapter material of the before transported the international bulk container may not be with the following hazardous material packaging group liquids and packaging Group 1 solvent that may be liquid during transportation. Following international bulk containers may not be the packaging Group 2 and 3 solvent that may be liquid during transportation. Wooden fiber good, flexible composite packaging. Dual hazard material may be packaged in accordance 173, 242 with the subsidiary hazard class 3 with a flash point greater than 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The subsidiary had division 1 packaging Group 3 with a subsidiary had class 8 with a packaging Group 3. 173, 244, 173, 244. 4 packaging with a servant of pyro liquid with division 42 with a dangerous one with a 43 with the material of poison liquid of inhalation with half of the division 61 152 101 subchapter specified the hazard material flash but under section only the following bulk packages. Otherwise subject to one with the part A with the part 173 subchapter the special provision specification in the column 7 172 101 table. Rail cars class at 105 109 112 the 114 120 with fusion while the tank with the tanker car tank with the class 106 110 multiple unit tanker car before the tank of the car of the built in 1 March 16, 2009 with the following conditions apply. Division 6-1 has its own A material with the transported tank of the test pressure of 500 psi gauge with greater than conform of 105 J with 106 106 and 110 with the Division 6-1 has its own material that must be transported in tanker cars. Have the test pressure of the 300 psi gauge with greater performance glass with 105S with 106 with 110 with 112 J with 114 J with 120 S. Hydrogen fluoride and hydrogen must be transported with the tank of the tanker cars having the test pressure for the 300 psi gauge greater than the performance glass 105 112 with 114 120 for the material boy for the inhalation single unit the tank with the more power with March 15 2009 proof tanker car with the transportation specified material except as provided in 173 244 A2 A3 tanker cars built within March with the 16 2009 with the transport poison inhalation has material below must be applicable to the authorized tank specification listed in the following table. All right, and then it goes as an alternative to the authorized tank specification listed in the table of paragraph A2 of this section. The car of the same authorized tank specification next below over the test prescribed in the column F of the table of 179 101 the subchapter may be used to provide both of the following conditions. Remember the difference between the alternative the required minimum play with the thickness of the big cover the calculation prescribed 179 101 6. Subchapter must be added alternative tank jacket with the hands shield with the jacket and hand shield with the made from the steel minimum tensile strength of the 70,000 psi 80,000 psi but in the required minimum thickness calculation based on the steel with the minimum tensile strength with 81,000 psi. Think about it. Add the jacket and head shield with must be increased with the factor of the will at 1.157 and forming allowances for heads are not required to be considered the calculating thickness. The difference of the tank car jacket the hell with the shield with the manufacturer of the carbon steel plate described in 179 100 7A with the subject car tank specification MC 330 with and 331 car tank motor vehicle with except the 42 the materials for MC 312 the 412 with the car tank motor vehicle with the portable tanks. 51 portable tanks UN portable tanks to meet the requirements of the subchapter T code with the specified column 7 the 172 101 table subchapter the specific has from the two of the authorized additional with 51 UN portable tanks with the division 6-1 liquid has zone A and the B or must be certified with the same with the ASME code specified 178 273 is B6 of the subchapter. Alright, 173 250 245 bulk packaging extremely has the materials of the poisonous inhalation division 172 101 sub the subchapter that has material the packaging from the section only with the following bulk packaging or hazard subject requirements for the subpart A with the Part 173 subchapter, the special provisions, special comment 7, the 172 table the tanker car with multiple unit tanker car tanks. Approve the associated administrator car tank motor vehicle with the portable tanks when approved by the associated administrator. 173 247 bulk package for the trim of the elevated the temperature material the 172 101 the subchapter specify the hazmat for the pack of the section only with the following bulk packagings are authorized subject to the requirements of subpart A and the part 173 subchapter with the special provisions column 7 of the 172 101 table on and after October 1st 1993 author packaging must meet all the forms of paragraph G with the section left of the otherwise expected. Rail cars dot 103, 104, 105, 110, 109, 111, 112, 114, 115, 120. Tanker cars class dot 106, 110 with multiple unit tanker cars AR class 203 W 203 206 W 211 W 211 for W the tanker cars. The specification tanker car tanks equivalent structural design accident the design damage resistant the specifications. Cargo tanks specification 300, 301, 302, 303, 304, 305, 306, 307, 310, 311, 312, 330, 331. Cargo tank motor vehicle with a dot 4064. 7412 with the cargo tank motor vehicle with a down dot with the specification cargo motor vehicle with equivalent structural design accident damage resistant specification package down dot specification cargo tank motor vehicle with the constructed carbon steel with the elevated temperature material surface accepted in 178 345 78 D5 of the subchapter portable link dot specification 51 56 60 portable tanks IM 101 102 portable tanks union portable tanks marine portable tanks over the conformity with title 49 46 DFR part 64 and metal with the international bulk container non-specification portable tanks. Equivalent structural design with the accident and damage resistant specification packages are authorized. Crucible with non-specification equivalent design with construction with the strength of the packaging the 9.4 of the unit ultimate strength of the packaging material the aim with the temperature the design temperature range the drive for the determined load equal to the sum of the static work pressure combination load developed with acceleration deceleration and normal transportation highway transportation. These forces are assumed to be 1.7 G vertical, 0.75 G's longitudinal, 4/10 for the G with the transversal and inference. In reference to success for the transport vehicle, each of the accelerated decelerated load may be considered separately. Kettle purpose of the section bulk package for the portable tank with the cargo tank have the capacity not greater than 1,500 with the integral heat of the apparatus. Even the metal varies the bitumen product with the asphalt with the kettle with the transport asphalt bitumen and subject to the following requirements. Low stability kettles with the ratio of the track width of the fully load with the center gravity height less than 2.5 meters of the all the requirements paragraph G with the section track width of the distance measured between the outer edge of the kettle tire with the center of the gravity height is measured in perpendicular from the road surface of the high stability with the kettle with the high total capacity of the 700 gauge of the ratio of the track width with the center of gravity height of the 2.5 or more expected all the requirements of paragraph 8 G2 with the section with the roll over the protection of the requirements of the paragraph G6 over the section closure meet with the requirements of paragraph and E2 3 of the section in kettles with a total capacity of the 700 gallons more with the ratio of track width fully loaded with the center of the gravity of 2.5 or more the expected of the substantial leak type with the requirements of paragraph G2 with the section roll over the protection requirements paragraph G6 of the section closure meet with the requirements paragraph E2 3 with the section closure must securely close with the during transportation close all of the best design with the vent opening with expulsion with landing with the rolling over the instance accident other bulk packaging other than those paragraphs A through E with the section U with the transport elevated temperature material must conform all requirements of paragraph G with the section after and October 1st 1993 general requirements bulk packaging and alpha D with the transport elevated temperature material must conform to the following requirement. Pressure vacuum control equipment. When pressure vacuum control equipment is used required with the packaging authorized section with the equipment must be self-requiring to design that must prevent the package report over the collapse due to the pressure must prevent significant relief of the landing due to the packaging overturn the splash inserted during normal transportation condition made external the packaging pressure control not required by packaging would increase the less of the 10% of the result of the heating of the landing of the lowest design operating temperature of the temperature likely to encounter the packaging were engulfed into the fire with the pressure control equipment the record required and most prevented the rupture packaging from the heating of the fire engulfed. Vacuum control equipment does not require the packaging design with the width chain with the external pressure of the 14.5 psi gauge for the pressure of the packaging would decrease with the 10% of the result of the landing of the cooling. High design operation temperature with the lowest temperature with increased cure with the transport of vacuum control equipment that require the most to prevent collapse of the packaging with the cooling induced pressure differential. When the regulation requires the reclosing pressure of the relief device, the landing must be not re-remove the device with the inoperable with the closing of the freezing the foul of the landing. The fact of the proper operation device the packaging must have the safety relief device incorporated with the detachable disc with the permanent opening with each of the head of the maximum effort of 3.4 inches squared for the transportation highway. The transportation afthill highway safety relief device incorporating the fragile disc of the permanent opening of each of the have the maximum 48 centimeters square. For the transportation relief of the non-reclosure pressuring relief device incorporated with the ruptured disc conforming to the requirements of 179.15 subchapter. The reclosing the pressure relief device of the ruptured disc, the permanent opening will not allow releasing landing of the during normal transportation condition due to splashing and surging closure. All openings except for the permanent valve openings are authorized with the paragraph G13 section, whether it must securely close during the transportation packaging, it may be substantially leak tight, but it is not always any more than dripping of the trickling with non-spontaneous continuous flow of the overturn of the closure of the must be designed the construction with the jam without the exceeding of the yield strength of the packaging twice the static load produced landing in any of the packaging orientation all of the operating temperatures. Strength. Each packaging must be designed with the construction with the same of the without exceeding the yield of the strength of the packaging twice the static load produced the landing in the orientation and all of the operation temperature for the of the packaging landing with a more compatible over the entire operation. The temperature and marking condition of any of their packaging requirements subchapter added for the packaging must be durable and marked in place for the readily acceptable inspection characters of 3 and 16th of the manufacturer name of the date of the manufacturer design temperature range the maximum product weight and load limited for the tanker cars of all metric capacity. 6. Accident damage prevention for the transportation highway external loading and unloading valve of the closure with the mass protect for the impact of damage resolving the collision overturn spray equipment with the return roto oil the application of the portion of the packaging they are subject to the requirements of the new construction and specification packages that are being manufactured for the transport of evaluated temperature material being authorized for the current construction exemption of the one general packaging manufactured elevated temperature material they either service prior with the October 1st 1993 for the not fully complying with the requirements of paragraph G of the section may continue to interpret the meaning of the paragraph applicable to the requirements of subpart A and B with the parts of the meaning of the closure requirements of paragraph G2 of the section March 30th 1995 scheduled and interpret the prior with the October 1st 1993 which G of the transport asphalt bit and the expected of the specific pressure provisions of the section as follows. Kettle with the total of the capacity of the 700 gallons which are fully compliant with the requirements of paragraph G of the section may continue and elevated temperature materials over the meat with the applicable requirements of subpart A and B with the subpart if in March 30th 1995 closure securely during the transportation resisted the overturn. Alright, kettle with the total capacity of the 700 gallons or more with the non-fully compliant with the requirements paragraph G of the section may continue with the elevated temperature with the surface with the meat with the applicable requirements of the subpart way meat with the part of the March 30th 1995 closure secured during transportation resisting opening over the overturn activity 46 centimeters square. The molten metal is a molten glass with the section does not apply with the packaging with the transportation molten glass by rail when the movement is restricted to the operating speed less than say 15 miles per hour. Hours over the subchapter of the shipping paper requirements solid elevated temperature material the materials meet with the definition solid elevated temperature material except the requirements subchapter 172 130 25 is the chapter 173 32 49 barometer meaning 172 101 subchapter specified that has material with the pack for the section only with the following bulk packs to the authorized subject with the requirements of the subpart A with the part 173 of the subchapter social president specifications of the column 7 of the 172 101 table class dot 105A 300 and 105A 500 W tank with the cars 105A W A 500 W the tank car with the equipped with the manway cover the pressure relief valve of the valve of the loading unloading valve of the required with the 105A 300 W with the tank with the cars conform with the requirements of paragraph A and the G3G of this section. Specification MC 310 with 311 and 312 of the dot 412 of the cargo tank motor vehicle conform with the paragraph of the G of the F of the section except for the transported residual the half of the quantity of the tank of the main not less than 88% more than 96% of the volume of the tank of the cargo tank of the ramen and serve the bulb in the August 31st 1991 make continue the service under the requirements contained in 173 252 A4 apartment the effect for the September 30th, 1991. Portable tanks conform with the tank of the code T22. There was specification IM 101 portable tanks conform with the paragraph A, D, E to F of the section except for the transported residual with the total quantity of the one tank may not be less than 88% more than 92% of the volume. Tank of the tank must be made with a nickel-clad lead-lined steel plate. Nickel cladding and lead lining must be inside of the tank with the nickel cladding with the must compromise with at least 20% of the required minimum total thickness of nickel cladding must conform with the ASTM B162. Lead lining must also be at least 188 thousandths of an inch. The thickness of all tank of the equipment the improvements within contact with the landing must be lined with the made with the metal non-subject to deter deterioration by contact with the landing. Maximum filling density of 300% of the tank of the water capacity. Maximum filling density 287% of the tank of the water capacity. Maximum water capacity of 20,400 pounds with the dot A 105A 300 W tanker cars. Maximum quantity of loading of the dot of 105A 300 W tanker cars is 60,000 pounds. Maximum minimum water capacity is 37,400 pounds with the dot 105A 500 tanker cars. Dot 105A 500 tanker W cars equipped with the described in paragraph A of the section. Maximum quantity landing of the dot 105A 500 W tanker cars is 110,000 pounds. Tank shell head thickness of the cargo tank motor vehicle with awardable tanks must be at least 375,000 tanks, excluding the lighting. Except the provider 173-244A3 tanker cars built on the March 16, 2009. UFIT of the transportation Brahmani must meet the applicable authorized tanker car specified listed in table 173-244A. 173-251 bulk patching the ammonia, nitrate, emulsion, suspension, or gel. With 172-101 subject with the specified the head material of the pack for the owner section and only the following bulk patching authorized subject with the requirements of subpart A and B with the part 173 and subject with the special provision specification specified in column 7 of the 172-101 international bulk containers authorized subject to the distance limitation of the selection provided. The international bulk time containers authorized according with the International Bulk Packaging Code for the specific habit of the material column 7 of the 172-101 table. The international bulk containers conform with the requirements of meeting subpart over the part 178 subchapter packaging group performance level of the column 5 of the 172 table of the material being transported and reserved. Subpart G gases, preparation and packaging.